got Bramble this new water bowl. I'm trying to set it up so I can show you how I showed him how to use it. He's such a messy eater. I want to show everyone how you know how to use this. Brambles, come. Try again? Hey! Why you bite me? Brambles, try again! Why are you biting me? Here. Let me show you. Let me show you. What's wrong with you? Okay, he's got it. What the fuck? Oh my god. See, this is why I have this thing.
How's this kitty doing? Hello. I'm talking to you. Handsome. Handsome.
You hear that outside? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelley. I am a freelance book editor and a science fiction and fantasy writer. Welcome to a nighttime writing vlog, or at least that is my intention with this video. I'm just filming how I write or writing-ish related activities after a 9-to-5 job. So it's currently 6 o'clock, 6:10 on May 9th, and I have so many things I want to say, and most of the time like people drop off after like 5 minutes, so I'm like trying really hard to like say all the things in the beginning, but I'm gonna just give like quick updates, talk about them like really briefly, and then we'll go more into it throughout the vlog. Today is my poetry debut, and that's the reason why I am really filming this today. My poem Sail Mail is available in Solar Punk issue 9. This is the cover, and I have no words. I have no words, and I know I'm not gonna go into it right now, but seriously though, after this publication, I'm realizing that, you know, people think nature or like living things like are things, right? But they're actually processes. Like nature isn't a thing, it's a process. And I'm starting to think that it's the exact same thing for books and novels. So although they exist forever now, you know, their words are gonna last all throughout humanity, they're actually processes, they're parts in an author's life. So yeah, like honestly what I just said is like the vibe of this vlog. We're gonna talk more about the poetry, like that poem specifically, and also kind of like the publication process. And my poem almost got misspelled literally today, the day of publication. I was gonna film it, but I was like freaking out, so I couldn't film it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'm also booking my services, my editing services for the second half of 2023. If you have missed all my announcements and my shorts, I was previously taking on like fewer clients, and I was previously only focused on the science fiction and fantasy genres, but I'm so confident in my skills. I've learned so much being the online editor at Augur, which consists of fiction editing. I know I can take my skills and bring it to other indie writers. I find so much joy in editing for people and editing for other writers, connecting with other writers, and ultimately like I love reading. Like ultimately I love reading, and I find that this is really something that I am really proud of. I've mentioned this in like an old video of mine, but I unlocked a new feeling when I became an editor, when I was working with the author through the different stages, and it means a lot to me. I know I can deliver feedback that is caring and that also fits into the author's vision. Like sometimes, okay, I'm like going too much into this right now. Sometimes I hear like horror stories of editors who make their clients feel like shit afterwards, who doubt their skills, and I just cannot believe that there are editors like that who are banking on their clients. Obviously the world is unfair, and obviously there are going to be people who are bad at their jobs and making so much money from being bad at their jobs, but I can do better than that. Like I can do way better than that. If you like to work with me, you can check out my website bramblecrowbooks.com, and yeah, I'm gonna go more into this throughout the video. Then we'll move on to writing, which I really don't know honestly, like if I should be prioritizing writing at this point in my life. I have some like social media marketing I want to do for my editing business, and I have actually some editing, like actual editing work, so I might take you guys through that. one of my authors at Augur has returned back my line edits, or she accepted and rejected some comments, so I'll just have to prepare that and send it further on to the copy editor at Augur, and then we could probably get into the writing. I don't know yet. Before we continue with this video, I want to give a huge thank you to Bastion Pen. They sent me one of their pens just as a gift. This video is not being sponsored. This is the Bastion Bolt Action Titanium pen, and it is fantastic. I've been handwriting a ton for my poems. Actually, I don't think like I prefer writing down my poetry, but there are certain exercises that I like to do handwritten. For example, when I don't really know what to write in terms of like a poem, I like to just brain dump everything and I end up just writing like tons of stuff like on my pen. I really like that. When I was editing Sale Mail, I had to brainstorm like phrases and nice wordings, and I did that with a pen. And most importantly, like all my brainstorm, like when it comes to my novel, when it comes to like brain dumping, I always do it with a pen. I'm really thankful that Bastion reached out to me. This one is so nice. It's pretty hefty and I think it looks gorgeous. I do have a coupon code as well, KT20, if you want 20% off. So thank you again, Bastion Pen, for collaborating with me. I love this pen so much. I kind of want to get other pens in different colors. I think that would be really nice. It's so hot now. I'm like sweating. Should I change? I got up. I think the camera moved a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about Sale Mail. So, oh my god, I don't even know what to say now about Sale Mail. Okay, why do I think now that these books behind me, my own writing, like why are they just processes even though they're like actual things you can read that seemingly is infinite and stays in that format? Well, it's because I got back my proofread for the poem and I was having like a bad day. I've been having a lot of bad days recently and I didn't like I didn't like it. I think it was probably just my mood, but I was reading through the proof copy and I think I was just like over analyzing everything because I was thinking to myself like, I didn't like this word choice, like why did I use this like syntactic flow, like why is it phrased like this? And I think with poetry, and this is something I'm still learning continuously even with the microfiction, is that word choice is so important in shorter fiction or shorter forms of writing, and subtext plays a huge part of those kinds of formats, like in my opinion, because you only have like selected amount of words to express what you want, so you really need to be careful of what you are saying and when you're saying it, like literally like when on the page you're saying it, how many times or how often are you saying this one word. And I felt so disappointed when I was reading that proof copy because I was so happy about this poem. Like this is my first published poem and oh my god, it's so cool. I was overthinking it, and also the title of that poem. Okay, the poem is called Sale Mail, right? And it was accidentally written as snail mail in the proof. And I was like, okay, so maybe they were just like accumulation of things that was making me like overthinking it and making me unhappy. But then I had to like step back because at the same time, like if I said this poem was bad, that I felt like that would have diminished like my editor who worked with me. Like I would have diminished his efforts into shaping my poem to be the best it can be. And I feel like by also saying my poem is bad, I'm also dishonoring like the other writers who got rejected because the publisher chose to publish this poem instead. And I don't know, does that make sense? So anyway, I'm happy with the poem now. Like I'm really happy with it. I can't believe it. I hope if you guys do read it, you like it. The poem is out now, but if you want to wait until July, it'll be free to read on their site. Yeah, pick and choose whichever you like. I don't make any more money than like the lump sum I already got, $40 USD. So yeah, I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but you should always get paid for your contributions. I didn't script this video obviously because now I'm like forgetting what to say, but going back to like books or my writing is a process. Like that poem, Sale Mail, is a process and not just a published thing. Another reason why I believe that is because that was the best I could do at that time. Like Sale Mail was the best I could have done at the time I wrote it back in March. And obviously if I were to do it now, like that would be different, right? So that's what I also mean by process. And I was speaking to some folks at Augur, and they were saying that once something is published, well, no, okay, I'm wording it wrong. I think most authors do feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this in that previous book, but that's where I was at the time. That's what I thought was best at the time. And Katie Wismer also mentioned this like a tiny bit in one of her videos where she talks about negative reviews of her previous books. And she was mentioning that her debut novel, like that was the best she could do at that time. And she really appreciates it because that was a book that was really important to her like at the time. And obviously now, I think she also said that maybe she would have done it differently, or maybe she wouldn't have even written at all today because that's a different part of her life. You know what I mean? So yeah, just like as I publish more things, I feel like this is a good thing to understand, and I'm just like letting everyone else know in case you are about to step up. What does step up mean? Well, if you're about to get your work published, that's something I had never considered before. Obviously, like it makes sense, like your writing's gonna change, your style is gonna change, you as a person have changed, and your writing is obviously tied to who you were at the time you were writing it. So anyway, I hope that made sense, and I hope you guys enjoy Snail Mail. I love it so much, and I would hope one day to see it in print if Solarpunk magazine decides to put an anthology together based on like the past works that they published. And I'm really thankful for Solarpunk, for Justine and JD, who I've been like exchanging with a bunch of emails, editing my poem and like re-editing my poem even after the proof was out. Also, yeah, today's fiasco, yeah, I got sent the contributor copy and I realized my poem was still spelled wrong, so I just reached out and they corrected it immediately, so thank you to the team so much. And I haven't read the whole magazine from beginning to end, but I really want to sink myself into that. I think I'll do that over the weekend. That's Snail Mail. I just love it. I love it. I love it. As I mentioned in that like acceptance video, Snail Mail is euphoria in a poem. Like this poem is alien flowers, like education, and it's called Snail Mail because, should I spoil it? It's essentially like a pen pal between, oh my god, it's so loud outside, between, you know what? You should read it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I love to hear your guesses on why it's called Snail Mail. I think it's obvious once you read it, but yeah, I love it so much. I feel like Snail Mail is me in a poem. It's like literally the only thing that I will have published that is not related to climate change. Alright, the second point is my editing services. So as I mentioned already, I am super serious about editing, doing freelance editing, willing to take on more clients. Like I want to take on more clients. I'm confident in my skills. I'm confident in everything I've learned from my experience at Augur and from editing a bunch of writers' books, beta reading. I already said this in the intro, so what am I saying now? What I'm saying now is I stand by my rates. I don't think my rates are insanely expensive. They're all under 1 cent per word, and I did so much market research and it seems like the minimum is 1 cent per word. So mine is just a bit lower because I want to build like a steady clientele, and until I have a steady clientele, I don't want to raise it more than 1 cent per word. So I offer developmental editing, line editing, copy editing, proofreading. I do offer edits for poetry, kind of like an all-encompassing edit. It's the springtime and my window's just like a little bit open, so it's just really loud. I live by a busy intersection. I've been trying to do like so much social marketing to spread my name out there because I think the problem is, especially for YouTube, I don't think I say it enough. Like I don't even know if you guys, like I don't think most people know that I have an editing service, like business, because someone messaged me a few months ago asking me to read their story, and I said, oh, I have a business, like, you know, you can hire me through my website. And then she said like, oh, I didn't know you had one. So that's my bad. Now you guys know. I do recognize that when you're starting out as a self-published author, you might not have like a lot of budget, right? So if the rates, and my rates specifically, are really too high for you, like just feel free to reach out to me. Like I'm more than happy to offer like flexible payment methods, or if you really need a discount, like let's chat about it, like let's have a face-to-face call and for me to understand your situation. publication. I'm on your side. As an editor, like, I'm always on your side. I'm always here to champion you and to hype you up, but to also give feedback, my personal feedback, critiqued with care. I get a lot of that at Augur. I can't really share like my Augur testimonials, I think, but I've been told that by my authors. I'm working with 2 authors for issue 6.1. So going back to the social marketing, I have started a separate Instagram called Bramble and Crow Books. If you want to follow me there, you don't really have to, because I post the exact same thing on my shorts, but the shorts do so horrible. Even though I have the most influence over YouTube, I've actually been gaining the most attention on Instagram. Actually, my Bramble Crow's account got 258 followers in 1 week. I couldn't believe it. One of my reels I posted got more than 10,000 views. So with these shorts that you'll be seeing, like if you've been seeing them with my new Instagram, and I've been posting my TikToks, I've just been doing like writing advice, like editing advice from things I've seen as an editor. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna also post more like editing related content on this channel. If you guys have any requests of videos you'd like to see, more specifically towards the editing side, like let me know. This could be like 5 common things new writers do, or like what do I do before I send my manuscript to an editor, or anything related. Feel free to request in the comments and I can make a video about that. My camera died on me. I don't know where I last said what. I don't know what I last said. I'm gonna stop talking because I've already talked for a long time. I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do next. I think I'm gonna work on the Augur stuff that I said I would, because like Augur is not my editing business. I don't feel comfortable like sharing like anything related to that process besides like just saying what the public would already know. And then after this, we might start brainstorming for draft 2 of my novel, my YA fantasy, that I'm supposed to be done with by July. Not even by July, literally by the end of June. That's like, I just don't have time to do all the stuff. I don't have time to do all the stuff. I changed. Obviously, I baked some Pillsbury croissants I'm gonna eat now. It's almost 8:30. I'm actually gonna get ready for bed soon because I'm going to the office tomorrow. So I wrote down all the things I need to do between now and Saturday. I edited a short that I'm gonna post, I don't know when. I've just been loading up all these shorts that I post like throughout the week, and I realized that I want to submit, do you guys remember the red and blue, orange and blue, red and green, me and you, that short story? I wanted to submit that to a magazine. I didn't realize that the deadline's coming up. That's May 14th, but I had wanted to like reread it again and edit it and then submit it, but at this rate I think we might just need to like straight ahead and submit it. I don't know, I need to figure that out. I looked over the line edits and it looks good. I asked the author to just resolve them themselves or herself. It's always good practice to ask the authors to resolve comments themselves so they know that they're happy with this, so like the editor is not the one doing it, because we don't want that kind of, that's not the dynamic that I go for, like Augur goes for. It's not like a, imbalance of power, right? That's what all writers fear, and that's something that I never want writers to fear, like for my own business as well. So I asked her to do that. I'm waiting on my other author. I'm so excited for you guys to read these short stories. Like, again, like why I'm so confident in my work as a freelance editor is I have all this like Augur background knowledge. I've learned so much. Our team at Augur, like the editorial team, a lot of them are award-winning, and a lot of our authors that we end up publishing are also nominated, and they do win a bunch of awards. So like, I feel like even though my rates are less than a cent per word, like I stand by, like I just stand by my rates. I didn't brainstorm my novel today yet. I was gonna compile a bunch of poetry together too, because I have poems everywhere. I have poems on my phone, I have poems in notebooks, I have even poems in my work notebook. Like I take notes at work and then like I have them in my work notebook because sometimes I get inspired. I have poems on my Google Drive, they're everywhere. I wanted to arrange that too. I didn't get a chance to do that either. So I think we actually might wrap up the vlog. I know this is not the writing vlog you were expecting. Maybe we'll do some brainstorming in bed. Maybe. But let's just wrap up this video by talking about maybe upcoming publications. So I submitted like 8 things in April and I got rejected from all of them. No, that's not true. I had 4 things rejected. I do have a poem under further consideration that I'm really hoping it will pull through. I'm a little nervous because this magazine, I feel like, is not the right home for this poem, but I got an email saying that it's under further consideration, so that's a good sign. I love it so much. I love that poem so much. Dare I say, I love it more than Snail Mail. My partner liked it too. He doesn't usually like my poems that much. I don't know when I'm gonna vlog again because I'm going on vacation the end of May and I have all my editing, social marketing I'm trying to do. I have all these clients I'm trying to respond back. Thanks for sticking out and hanging out with me. This was a very casual writing vlog, if we can even call it writing. I'm gonna call it writing, I don't care. I'm calling it a writing vlog. Before I forget, make sure you check out Bastion Pen. I'll have them linked down below. Again, I freaking love this pen, okay? Like, do you see how you can like, oh, it's not focusing. Is it focusing now? Oh yeah. Like, look at this. Wow, that's so cool. I love using this pen. And I have a coupon code KT20 for 20% off. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.